Just blocks from the Capitol building, we welcome you to Nationals Park. Tonight it's Game 3 of this 4-game set between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Washington Nationals. It'll be fun watching these two swing it all series long. First pitch is next. Sammy Solis, a native of Minnesota, gets the starting nod. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, Matty, he's having a very nice season so far. He's got an ERA in the low 3s. So hopefully he can continue that here in this one. Give his ball club a chance to win.
Kolten Wong strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Tonight for St. Louis, second baseman, Kolten Wong.
And we get things started here with a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
First pitch, 7-16.
Swinging a liner back through the box. And this is going to scoot on through into center for a base hit leading off the inning.
Well, hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. First batter of the game, he's all over this pitch and lines it to center field for a leadoff single to get things started.
Number 41 will dig in, and this season certainly hasn't been all that kind to him as he enters play with the average down in the 230s. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Runners on the move for second. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second.
And this is all about a table setter at the top of the lineup doing his job perfectly. Gets on base to start the ball game. Now he's into second on the stolen base, and they're off to a fast start here early on.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Worth is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first down. And now a shot of the Cardinals starting lineup is set by Mike Matheny. What's this lineup got to do tonight to get a W on the road, Steve?
Well, they're going to have to hit some gappers out there because they are dead last in stolen bases. They can't run. If they're not going to rely on any speed, they really need to get a consistent power production and drive in guys with extra base hits.
Matt Carpenter will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. One out and a runner on second base. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Throw on to first, 2 gone. And with that, let's take a look at how the Nats will align themselves defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, we talk about the top catchers in the game. You talk about Molina, Posey, but Wilson Ramos, he does a lot of things really well. Very quick feet behind that plate, allows for him to get into a good throwing position, kind of stymie that running game. We'll see how he does in this one.
And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
And this is maybe not a pitch-around situation, but you need to be real careful with a guy like this and 2 away.
A man on third with 2 down. It's a 2-0 now as he hits with a runner at third and 2 away.
Yeah, he's looked at 2 close pitches,
You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
Oh, a very hittable pitch, too. That's a middle-of-the-plate fastball, and he's not going to get away with too many of those tonight.
Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Three and two now. EK, where are you going now on 3-2?
I still got to work a corner. Not just going to throw it right down the middle and grab a strike. Can't be a giveaway pitch.
Full count here. Here comes the pitch. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. Cards leave one, and now the Nationals get their first opportunity. No score. A right-handed Georgia native gets the starting nod.
A lot of base runners.
As a defensive replacement now as he takes over, Ben Revere comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Nationals, center fielder, Ben Revere.
Hard hit ball to second, but an atom ball right to him for the first out. A time now from our nation's capital to take a look at the Nats starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, I think there's some worry going around about the state of Jason Worth. Coming off a terrible month at the plate in which he hit less than 200. Hopefully turning the page on the calendar will help snap him out of this slump.
Jason Worth will get his first opportunity here, and that average is certainly not where he wants it, down in the 220s to begin the ball game.
And you know what, guys? It's just not getting a whole lot better for this guy either. He's hitting under 230 over his last 10 games.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. And Eric, as we take a look at the Cardinals entering play here tonight, they come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
And they were able to come away with the victory last night, so another performance like that would make their manager a happy man.
Left side. On to first, and Worth is set down. There are 2 away. Now that we have a chance, a look at the defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, we get to watch one of the best fielding teams in the league. They can go out and get the ball as well as anybody in all of baseball. Makes pitching a lot easier.
Bryce Harper digs in for the first time now and looking to break out of this little 6-game dry spell at the plate. Wainwright looks in. Here's the first pitch. In the air to center field, and deep back is the center fielder. Back he goes, but this is going to be a home run. A solo home run off the bat of Bryce Harper. Number 10 for him on the year. As the Nationals strike first, it's 1-0.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Daniel Murphy will dig in. Currently 5th in the National League in batting to begin play.
And not bad for a second baseman. There are some good ones, but second base isn't typically where you'd expect to have one of your best hitters.
There's the cut fastball, but it's low, 1-0. There you see the league leaders in hitting we touched on a moment ago. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. To short, hit hard. Peralta's there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. But the Nationals do get a run on the Bryce Harper home run. We'll head to the top. Yadier Molina will stand in. Couple of hits in that ball.
His last 10 games, so hopefully he's figured something out.
Worth going back. He tracks it down. A nice running play, and there's one away.
He's just trying to get a fastball in there to start the inning. Ball winds up getting hit pretty well, but not well enough to do any damage. It's a 1-pitch out.
At the plate, Brandon Moss, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. And set up working the plate is Matthew Ross, as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
You know, Ross is definitely liked by the pitchers, Matt. When they're working both sides of the plate, they tend to be pretty effective when he's making the calls.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now. Johnny Peralta will stride in now. 2 hits for him, including a home run in last night's contest.
Well, you look for a guy to produce? He's got 9 RBIs in his last 10 games, and he had another good one yesterday as well.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Well, you know, you hear it all the time because it's true. First pitch strikes are so important. It really changes the complexion of the at-bat for not only the pitcher but the hitter as well, especially when you've got a good hitter up there.
That misses to the Cardinal shortstop, and it's even at 1-1. One and one, here it comes. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Grounded to third. Rendon is there. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Cardinals. They still trail 1-0. Clint Robinson will stand in for the first time now, and he's got that average up over the 300 mark to begin play.
Well, it's still early in this season, but if he keeps this up, he's going to be looking to get paid in the offseason. His contract is up after this year.
Wainwright's ready, and the pitch. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball one. That evens it up 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
And this guy's not hitting over 300 by accident. He's got a very good knowledge of the strike zone, and he knows when to lay off.
Sent on the ground out to second. Backhanded. And the throw to first just about takes him out as it skips up and over him.
You wonder if this is a ball that he probably should have just held on to. Instead, he tries to force it to first, and I think they're going to score this as a single and an error.
Anthony Rendon will stand in now. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night.
Well, Matty just continues this string of his last 10 games where he's hitting over 300. He has those really, really nice games mixed in there.
Swinging a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. There to take it in is Carpenter for the first out.
You see here on show track, that pitch up and in just ties him in knots. You leave that out over the plate, you'll be in trouble, but if you can locate there, things will be just fine.
Wilson Ramos will stand in, and as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against the southpaws than he does against right-handers. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball. Runner at second here with 1 man out. In the air to straightaway right. Moss has a read on it. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and hit.
Yeah, this will get the runner up to third with 2 away, but it looked like it might have had a chance to get down initially. Good job to run it down out there in the alley.
Danny Espinoza gets his first shot now, and he's working on a modest 5-game hitting streak. High in the air out to center field. Grichuk on the move. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Michael Ullman is into the box as we are all set to begin the third.
Michael Ullman.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1. You like what you've seen from this guy so far?
I do. I like where he's putting the fastball, and I like the movement he's been getting on both his curveball and changeup. I think he'll do well.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tap fouled at home plate. The 0-2 delivery. And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. After it is Revere. He gets there, but he missed it. Running hard, he's digging for second. Around second, he'll try for third. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what the issue on this play was. He doesn't have too far to go to get this thing, and it looked like the ball was right in his sights the entire way, but it just didn't want to stick in his glove. Maybe he should take the trampoline out of his glove.
Adam Wainwright will stand in with a golden chance here to help himself out with a runner at third.
And he knows this is a definite strikeout situation. So the big key here is, at the very least, find a pitch you can put in play.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1.
Yeah, and that's the swing of a guy hoping for a first pitch curveball right there. If he gets it, he hammers it. If not, he's about 3 feet too late.
A runner in scoring position with none out. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And the run is in to score from third. It's 1-1. And he is into second base with an RBI double.
Well, he'd been doing a really good job of working corner to corner, but this is one of the first pitches we've seen that kind of found the middle of the plate, and it's going to cost him a run as this will wind up being an RBI double.
Coming to the plate now, KOLTEN Wong. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
No one out with a runner at second. A little bouncer. That winds up foul for the second strike. Boy, tough to lay off, but he's glad he did. It's 1-2 now.
And even on 1-2 now, you've got to expand the strike zone a little up there. You can't go down looking here. You've got to put this ball in play.
Hit hard to short. Espinosa's there. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Now batting, number 41.
Number 41 will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. He's set. Here it comes. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Any thought to bringing the infield in here with one away?
Still a little early in my book. A run you can live with. What you don't want to do is let this snowball into a big inning.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
2 good pitches so far, both of them right at the knees. And you got to start thinking center of the diamond here. Shorten up a little bit. You've got to put something in play.
Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Has to be thinking strikeout here. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. A man at third with one away. Struck him out. And now they'll likely need a base hit to get that runner home from third.
As you can see right here, his timing just seems to be off a little bit at the plate right now. And you know what? That can happen during the course of the season. You're not always going to have your good swing. And he's the kind of guy that's got a lot of moving parts in that swing. So maybe he's at the point now in the season where he might need just a little time off so he can get back to the basics.
Here's Matt Carpenter. As he'll swing and lift a foul ball off to the left and out of play. Here's the 0-1. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. Cards get one in the inning on the RBI double. We played 2.5, all even at 1 apiece. Sammy Solis digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Pitcher, Sammy Solis.
Wainwright gets the sign. Here's the first pitch. Push to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Boy, and just when you think you're all set up with the pitcher leading off an inning, this happens. Just goes to show you, you take anyone for granted up there, they can come back and hurt you.
REVERE stands in for the second time. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he put a good swing on it last time, so we'll see if he can make one fall here.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And there's the good fastball that time from Wainwright as he gets ahead 0-1. Swing and a liner. Foul. The 0-2 home. Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
And they took him right up the elevator shaft on these 3 pitches. I mean, you could chart where they are. First one low, second one about belt high, and then the third one up around the letters. 3 different locations, each yielding the same result.
Here's Jason Worth. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Fielded cleanly to second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first.
Yeah, you know, a double play there was always going to be a stretch, and that's where you just take that force out at second, get the lead runner.
Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game. And this bounces in front of the catcher.
You almost get the sense here that he wants to stay away from throwing the fastball. Almost like he doesn't want to get burned.
Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3.
Well, I think he got the pitch he was looking for right there, but not in the right location. So that's a great job of just holding up the swing.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Hit out towards second. Taken in by Wong. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 left for Washington. Through 3 complete, all tied 1 apiece. Rendell Grichuk will lead things off in the inning for St. Louis, and he'll be followed by Yadier Molina, who waits on deck. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Yeah, he came with a little bit of a different look that time. This pitch is also in there knee high, and now they've got him behind in the count, 0-2.
Trying to strike him out for the second time. Line toward the gap in left center. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
So much of hitting is all about getting the right pitch. Here, he didn't like either one of the first couple he sees. Falls behind quickly, 0-2. But then he finally gets a location he can do something with, and whack, Base hit.
Yadier Molina is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike one. Leadoff man aboard here in a 1-1 ball game. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Dribbled to the right side. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Well, it probably wasn't the way he wanted to move the guy into scoring position, but it's going to have to do, and he's going to get that man up to second base now with 1 away.
Now to the plate, Brandon Moss. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ball game. Called strike at the knees, 1-1.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch, but you got to do it. You can't give up on that inside corner, or this guy will bury you.
Pulled high in the air out to right field. Harper is there, 2 down.
And, you know, he's kind of going through a stretch right now where the ball just isn't jumping off his bat. He's got a good pitch to hit right here. Looked like he put a good swing on it, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Johnny Peralta stands in. He's 0 for 1. First pitch is a sinker, too low, 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball. Harper sprinting after it, and foul. Hot shot to third, fielded by Rendon. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Cardinals. On to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1. Daniel Murphy is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Here in the 4th, second baseman, Daniel Murphy.
Ouch, that comebacker appeared to get him in the arm. And they are able to get the out at first, but more importantly, let's hope he's okay on the mound. And this has to be a big concern here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm, and that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off, and from all appearances, I think they're going to let him continue, so that at least is a good sign. Clint Robinson steps in now. Wainwright into the windup. Here comes the first pitch. Right side. Wong gets to it. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home 4th.
Yeah, it's not like he needed any help. He's pitching well enough as it is, but this is now 2 pitches and 2 outs here in the inning. And he's growing more and more confident with every passing batter.
Striding into the box, Anthony Rendon. He flew out in his last at-bat. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball 1. 1 run on 3 hits. 1 error thus far for the Nationals. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
And this is what you got to do up there, Steve. You got to wait him out.
Yeah, and if you can lay off the off-speed stuff, that's when you're going to get your fastball to hit.
Here it comes, 2-0. Now a cut fastball finds the target, 2-1. Liner toward right center. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
A pretty good swing there.
The catcher, number
You'll
40.
watch. Head stays down, ball gets deep in the zone, and he lets those hands lead the way, and he drives it to right field. That's as good an approach as you're going to see.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos, as he swings at the first pitch and lifts a fly ball out to left field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Nationals leave one. Fifth inning coming up, tied at 1. Michael Oman heads for the box to start off the fifth in this one.
Cardinals, catcher, Michael Oman.
Right there for strike 1. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. On the ground to the left side. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Michael Oman has just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer, and as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well, and in your head you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like, but there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
The pitcher, Adam Wainwright, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they'll indeed have the pitcher squaring around as he puts this one down. And he's safe.
And sometimes, you know, you just got to take the outs when they're giving them to you. Here he tries to force this one into second base, and you knew right when he threw it that this didn't look very promising, and now they wind up getting nobody out.
Kolten Wong will stand in. Again to third. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. And it's quickly 0-2. 0-2. Here it comes. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears. He thinks he's right on it at the plate, and look where it winds up. Completely out of the zone. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
Stepping in now, number 41. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
And you know, he's been the beneficiary of most of the calls here tonight, but I think that's one that he thought he should have
had. Just missing here, 2-0.
He's in a situation now where he does not want this game to get away from him. 2 guys on already. Now he's not in the strike zone to this hitter. He's got to reel it back in because you're flirting with a little bit of danger now with another ball.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Chop foul over towards the dugout. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball.
Well, that pitch is so low and such an easy take that you basically waste that opportunity you had on 2-2.
Smoke toward the hole. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with 1 away.
And this is just a great job of protecting him. You can see this pitch is down, it's away. It's a borderline strike if it's in the strike zone at all, yet he just reaches out and slaps it into right field.
Here's Matt Carpenter as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1.
Kind of interesting to see how he's going to respond to this situation that he's worked himself into.
Yeah, he hasn't found himself in too many tough spots, but he's got one now.
And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Hit high and deep out to left center field. Revere going back, still going back. Gone! It's a grand slam. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one. Home run number 9 on the year, and it's suddenly a 5-1 ball game.
Well, he painted himself into an almost impossible situation on the mound. The conditions were ripe, and you know, when you're facing a guy like this with the bases loaded, you just get that feeling that he's going to do something special, and boy did he ever right there.
Now time is called, and this could very well be to buy a few more pitches for those relievers. On his way out to the mound now is the Washington manager, and he's looking to the bullpen here, so it would appear that's all for his starter tonight. So he'll make his way to the dugout after working just 4 1/3, and he just didn't have his best stuff in this one. Matt Belisle is going to take over here in inning number 5 as it's going to be up to their bullpen to try and keep him in the game here. Rendell Grichuk will be the first one to greet him as he'll start fresh here with the bases empty following the home run.
Rendell Grichuk.
Nope. Too high that time with the slider to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, there's a good one right there, right over the top. And just fire that thing in there.
Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. And this is yanked hard down the left field line. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. The relay, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
First baseman.
Looked like a pretty easy decision that time by the third base umpire. He's going to have a good look at this one, and you'll see it definitely hits right on the left field line. Even kicks up some chalk into the air, and that'll let this guy get up to second here with a double.
Into the box, Yadier Molina as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce one foul for the first strike. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. Four runs here in this half inning. Slider, and that's hit on the ground towards second. In time to first, and there are two away.
These days in this game, we talk so much about situational hitting. Hit behind the runners, move guys up. But with one out, you got to try to drive that guy in. That was a really unproductive out, even though the guy moves to third.
Brandon Moss will step in now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first two plate appearances. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3, and that'll put an end to a big inning. But the damage has been done for the Cards, and it came on this grand slam. Middle of the night here at Nationals Park. It's the Cardinals 5 and the Nats 1. Danny Espinoza will stand in to start things out here in the home half of the 5th. And you get the sense, Steve, that this crowd's been pretty well taken out of the ballgame to this point.
Yeah, they pretty much had to sit on their hands all afternoon. Not a lot to get excited about so far. And I think that's a credit to that man out there on the mound. He's cut right through this lineup for the first 4 innings.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Here's a cutter that's off the plate, 1-1. Hard liner toward short. And they'll start this inning off with a base hit as that one's through.
Well, that base hit is going to get his hit streak to 6 games now, so he's swinging it.
Matt Belisle will stand in now, a late entrant to the ball game, as he'll be making his first plate appearance here in inning number 5. Wainwright comes set. First pitch on its way. Try to bunt his way on, but this is popped up. There to take it in is Carpenter for the first out.
Yeah, not a real easy pitch to bunt there to start the at-bat. You see there, he shows late, and that pitch is up a little. And those can be difficult to get on top of, and he winds up just popping this ball up.
Ben Revere will stand in again. He lined out his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time up.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get back to the swing he put on the ball in his first at-bat. He got himself a nice solid line drive that just didn't fall.
Ground ball to second. This could be 2. Throw on to second, so they'll get the lead man, and that's all.
Well, you could have put the first base bag out in the outfield grass on this play. You're not going to double this guy up. He's too fast. Still, a pretty good job of at least getting that lead runner at second base.
Jason Worth stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. Smoked on the ground left side. Played on the backhand. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. 1 left for Washington. They're down 5-1. Johnny Peralta will lead things off for the Redbirds here in their half of the 6th inning.
Shortstop, Johnny Peralta.
First pitch of the at-bat. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike one. Not able to hold on there as he swings through a pitch in the dirt, and it doesn't look good for him now. Down 0-2.
Oh, just a little over anxious right there. I guess he figured he had a pretty good gauge on that fastball, and he hoped he'd see it again, but he got the curveball instead.
This one's blooped out toward right center field. Harper coming on. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
Yeah, that's just a good pitch right there. That's a two-seam fastball working its way back inside, and he's probably fortunate he didn't break his bat. He winds up getting this one right down there on the label, and he's retired.
Into the box now, Michael Oman. As he's first pitch swinging here, and this is on the ground toward the hole. And that is through into right field for a single.
Yeah, and he had his first major league hit earlier in the game. How about a two-hit game to start things out? Attaboy.
Adam Wainwright comes to the plate, possibly receiving a bunt sign in order to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, and everybody's got a different opinion on this situation. But in reality, it really comes down to how the pitcher is with the bat in his hands and what he can do.
First offering on its way. And they'll try and play for one here as he gets this one down. Espinoza back to Murphy, not in time, and they'll get just the one out.
Yeah, you want to put this down to the right side, force that first baseman to field it, but that ball is butted just way too hard, so that's a good decision defensively to go ahead and take the force at second.
Kolten Wong will stand in. And that misses for ball one.
And I think all in all, he's done a pretty good job behind the plate here tonight, but to me, that one's a strike.
Now a hard liner, but foul. Here's the 1-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. And here's a ball hit in the air. Harper has a beat on it, and the inning is over. Cards leave one. They lead this one, though, 5-1. Bryce Harper will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. First pitch coming, here it is. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Moving under it, Grichuk. One down.
Yeah, another good start to an inning for him here. He's really only made one bad pitch the entire game. That was the solo home run. Other than that, you can see there, not much to speak of at all.
Daniel Murphy will take his third shot at it now. He's 0 for 2 thus far here tonight.
Well, what do they say? Third time's a charm? Well, we'll see about that.
Into the windup and the pitch. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And that is through into center field for a one-out single.
As a hitting coach, that's what you want your hitters to do. Hit the ball right back up the middle. You get into bad habits when you try to pull everything, but here just stays right on it and picks up a solid one-out single.
Clint Robinson strides in, grounded out his last time through.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Hit hard up the middle. Peralta towards second. He's got it. On to first. It's a double play. As their woes continue, the inning is over. Nationals go quietly. They're down here 5-1. Back here at Nationals Park. 7th inning upon us with the Cardinals out on top, and it's time to check out the game summary to see how we got here. Felipe Rivera is on the pitch now as he'll take over to start inning number 7.
Number 73, Felipe Rivera.
Number 41 stands in.
Leading off for the Cardinals, left fielder, number 41.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And he falls behind 0-2. That's lifted the other left. And he drops it. So some real problems out there that time as it'll wind up in E7. Matt Carpenter will stand in again as we take you back to the 5th inning for the big blow. A grand slam that obviously has been their biggest at-bat of the game thus far. First delivery to him on the way. Into the seats, 0-1. Now the 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
7th inning here in a 5-1 ball game. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1.
One thing we can say about this game, neither team's been afraid to swing the bat. I mean, here we are this late into the ball game, and we still haven't seen our first walk.
Stepping in, Rendell Grichuk. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
And with a man on first, it'll take at least another double to bring him in.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Oh, and he hung the slider here, and it's a towering drive out to deep left field. This ball is gone. A home run. It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. 7 home runs for him on the year now, as it's now a 6-run ball game.
Well, it's just a little and not a terrible location, really. But if you're sitting on that pitch in that spot, you could certainly do some damage. And he absolutely did some right there. That's a 2-run homer.
Standing in now, Yadier Molina. As he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. That home run being called a 426-foot shot. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Tough fastball that time, but he hangs with it to stay alive. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Too high. 1-2.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down.
Well, this is how you got to do it in this league. If you give up a 2-run home run, you got to just move on quickly. He's still upset about it, don't get me wrong, but it's when you dwell on it that you get yourself into more trouble.
Brandon Moss stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Watches a fastball right there for strike 1. Ball hit high to the right side, but this will get into the seats. Foul. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But the Cards do strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run dinger. Get up and stretch. Home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Nats 1. Leading off the inning, Anthony Rendon, and they'll need him to get something going here. And now the Cardinals get the bullpen working here. Both a lefty and a right-hander have stood up. First pitch on its way. Sinking line drive out to right center. And this inning starts with a solid base hit.
And you check this out. This is on the inside part of the plate, but he still is able to take it to the opposite field. I'll tell you, that is bat control at its finest right there.
Wilson Ramos will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting the line drive right back up the middle.
Cut fastball inside, ball 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
High and deep to left center field. Grichuk ranging back, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. And a relay home is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down.
On the money.
Well, he's trying to do what he can to get his guys a step closer to tying this thing, but that time he was a little too optimistic. They tag him out easily at home plate.
Stepping in now, Danny Espinoza. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
Wainwright still with just the 1 run allowed through 6 1/3. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Wong is there. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting, the pitcher, Felipe Rivera.
Felipe Rivera will come on, and as he's newly entered into the ballgame, he'll get his first plate appearance now here in inning number 7. Matt Dendecker will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 21, Matt Dendecker.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. 0-1 pitch on its way. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. This one pretty well in the bag. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Nats 1. Yusmeiro Petit will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger. Johnny Peralta will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
Cardinals, shortstop, Johnny Peralta.
And he gets ahead with the curveball. Strike one.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
Good swing there by Peralta, but he comes up empty. 0-2. And the pitch. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, not too sure how you call it a ball either.
Fastball called, strike three, and there's the first out of the inning. And a look there at the starter comparison, telling the story of the ball game. One guy still going and pitching well. The other one long since departed for the showers. Michael Oman ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that third hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
Here comes the first pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Worth on the move. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
The batter, number 50.
There's a look at the inning-by-inning recap. 7-1 our score as we play the 8th inning of this one. Adam Wainwright steps in for a 4th plate appearance tonight, and why not? He's been in control all game.
Yeah, he's been in total control of this game, Matt. I see no reason to be going with anybody else out there on the mound right now.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Drilled on the ground is short. Espinosa's up with it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals. They're on top 7-1. Ben Revere will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
Back on the hill is Wainwright now as he jumps ahead of the leadoff man. 0-1. Well, the guy you see right there has been terrific. But will they let him work these final 2 innings?
Well, I think the pitch count is in his favor. Everybody pays a lot of attention to that. So barring a huge spike right here in the 8th, I don't see any reason why he can't get these final 6 outs.
And he'll get in there safely.
Well, that's the kind of year it's been for this guy so far. Even when he gets fooled, he still finds a way to get an infield single out of it.
Jason Worth will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. From the stretch, Revere rides off for second. Scorched to third. And he whips on it as this ball's right under his glove. Throw into third.
Yeah, it's not too often that you'll see a first pitch hit and run, but it worked out here. Usually you see it when the batter's ahead in the count. 1-0, 2-1, sometimes even 1-1. But they roll the dice right away, and it pays off perfectly.
Here's Bryce Harper now, as he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Peralta for one. Back to first, so they get the double play, but the run does come in to score.
Yeah, you know, he's going to head back to the dugout feeling like that was a wasted opportunity. No RBI here, even though a run does score on the play. But at this point, base runners are more important, and they lose 2 on 1 swing.
Here's Daniel Murphy now. Liner towards second. That gets down, and the inning continues.
Well, here we are. It's the second month of the season, and this guy is showing no signs of slowing down. Got himself another multi-hit ball game here.
Clint Robinson comes forward to bat again. He was the victim of a double play last time around.
Well, 2 outs here, so not going to happen again at least.
The cutter runs outside, ball 1.
That's just another cut fastball, trying to work that thing back to the outside corner. But he's not getting that call right now, nor is he getting guys to chase it.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We've played 8 full. It's the Cardinals 7 and the Nationals 2. Back now with baseball on the show from the nation's capital. Just down the street from that building, we are set for what remains in this one. Kolten Wong will stand in. He flew out his last time up.
KOLTEN Wong.
Here's the first pitch to him. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. This man out for his 2nd inning of work. Did a nice job getting them 1, 2, 3 last time around.
Yeah, but that was against the 7, 8, 9 guys. Things may be a little more difficult here now that he has to face the top 3 in the lineup.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Boy, he is really looking good now, hitting all of his spots. They set that target away, and the catcher never even moved.
Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
That big curveball is not an easy one to take on an 0-2 count. That's a great job of holding on.
On the ground to the right side. Murphy showing off his range. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
Number 41.
Number 41 steps into the box. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at-bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
And a swing and a miss here, and the first 2 are dispatched to begin the 9th.
Well, this is a stroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
Here's Matt Carpenter. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. Two out, nobody on. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Rendon is going to put this one away on the dirt in front of the dugout, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. They're on top 7-2.
Your attention, please. Now
New pitcher coming on now, and it's the very hard-throwing right-hander Jordan Walden who'll make an appearance here. Striding in to start the 9th, Anthony Rendon, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
And a ball, 1-0.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention. I mean, especially when it's on the inner half.
One-zero count. Here it is. That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. Hard hit ball to second. Wong has it. A quick out, number 1.
And this is a guy who's going to give up his share of hits. But that's because he just says, hey, go ahead. Here's my best stuff. Try to hit it. He's got such good stuff that most times when guys do hit it, they'll put it on the ground right at somebody.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. And here's a ball hit in the air. Molina in foul ground. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bats. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Danny Espinoza makes his way to the plate, needing to make something happen. They're down to their final out in the 9th inning.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him anymore, but you know what? There's no clock in this sport, and that's for good reason. You've got to fight for all 27 outs.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw to first will be in time to record the final out, and the Cardinals have bounced back from losing the opener to take games 2 and 3 of this series as this one is over.
And you know what? I don't care who you're playing. You know, it's never easy to go out on the road and win any game. So that was a great effort by them in every phase of the game.
A handful of fine individual performances to choose from in this one, boys, but what do you say we go ahead and let this man take home the hardware? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Cardinals win it 7-2. Good night from D.C.
Our final line score tonight, first for the victorious St. Louis Cardinals. 7 runs on 9 hits. With 1 error, they left 5 men on base. For the Nationals, 2 runs on 11 hits. 2 errors, they left 7 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 19 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Nationals Park, 41,222. The Nationals thank you for your attendance and remind you to please drive home safely.